That's literally what dating is now. Is that you are not dating, but you get every privilege that comes with the relationship, and the privilege is that you guys are having sex. Courting leads to marriage.
Yes, while dating is let's just see where it goes.
Oh.
Let's use sex and money to see where it's going to go to. So baby is here and we're going to be having a sisterly chat. You guys have been asking me lots of questions about how to date intelligently.
People are serious to lives.
After I got saved, God started speaking to me about marriage. The desire for marriage started coming, and then it was not like, okay, so how do I now navigate this dating scene?
So what age exactly did you, like, at what age
did I start?
Yeah, like,
I think I was like 19.
Cool.
What?
Let's start this conversation. Let's start.
Young to date, right?
Rest. Yeah.
I know that in the Christian circle, some people believe in just walking up to somebody and saying, God said you're my wife, let's go and get married.
Okay.
And then that's it. No judgment or shame to anybody that believes in that method, but it was just not going to work for me because I really wanted to get to know the person that I was going to be getting married to. And I also really believe that whoever I would end up with had to be my friend. I think first off, as a woman, you have to be ready and willing to see these red flags. Because sometimes
very true.
Women claim that, oh, some people hide themselves, you won't know till you get married. I'm coming to that. I actually do not believe that. If you think that somebody can, if you think that somebody can, let us know in the comment section.
Hey. Dating in Lagos is dangerous. I'm telling you, I've heard stories. People actually do.
I feel like in that space where you cannot see things that the person is doing wrong, that's where God comes in.
Yeah,
it's only God.
I've been having this conversation with my friends, and I've been telling her as well that I don't know how people are doing this your own dating, because how exactly do you actually want to know who this guy is? All he will present to you is what he wants you to see. His best self, exactly. So the only way you can know is somebody else is telling you.
Exactly. So that's why I never understand when people say, let's just put God aside. I'm like, honey, you should be putting God around, like everywhere. So basically, I believe that I am attractive enough. And because of that, I've had quite a number of guys who have approached me and said, hey, I think you're really pretty, you know, I would like to date you, I would like to get to know you. Obviously, it can be very flattering when a guy walks up to you. One thing that I've seen is that once you just want to start taking it slow, their real colors start coming out.
And I don't know if that this thing is so true. I've noticed, especially recently now, there's a lot of guys. Why do they rush?
Because like they are not there for anything serious.
Exactly, they're not there for the long run.
And I feel like we're coming into an age where men have been so badly behaved that now women are saying that they too can be badly behaved. But I think that we should be calling men higher and not necessarily women coming lower. I feel like God also created women differently. I think that women, we can't help it. We love completely with our hearts. And I think anytime you meet a woman that is cold, like I don't care, this and that, you usually find that this is somebody who has been hurt
a lot
in the past, and now is now trying to act like a man. So I just feel like women, once you just come to a place where you're willing to be honest with yourself about what you need and what you want, then you're halfway there. I'm
relating to this well because this is something my friend and I have actually been talking about like recently a lot for obvious reasons. But yeah, like it's something that causes a reality. So she is the type of person that would like to ignore things and just act like if I ignore it, maybe it will go away. And I told her no, like you actually have to see this thing. So let's say she goes through something that hurts her. The next thing she can say is I'm not doing this again. I mean, it's a lie. You are going to date. So you just have to think of the right way to go about
dating intelligence.
Exactly. That's what I just keep telling her, that you cannot lie to yourself. This is not the last person you're going to talk to. Stop lying to yourself. Now it's just, this has happened. What have I learned? How can I go about it better? I don't even know. I don't know how people that are don't do things with Christ or Jesus do it, because I feel like it's a lot more stressful. I've never dated, but obviously guys move to me. I mean, but like literally, there was this guy when I got into school I was talking with, and to me, I like to be stubborn. I actually do it on purpose. So it was like everybody was saying don't move to this person, but me, I was like, you are telling me not to, I'm going to do it. So, but and obviously when you indulge yourself, you would I don't even think I even had to the person. I just started indulging myself. Before I may just have dismissed you or not talk to you, I started talking to him. Started, oh, you said this. Oh, really? Tell me more about how you feel. Oh, wow, all this rubbish. Basically, so it got to a point where he asked me out, and I was going to say yes, but just before, I'm just that kind of person. I prayed about it to God, and I told God, please, oh, this thing, if this person is not for me, because it was actually like the thing was giving me trouble. You know when you're doing something that is not right, you will
something else.
So
no peace.
Yeah, so the things that are giving me like actually like worry and stuff. I just prayed. I told God that if this person is not the one, this is exactly what I prayed. This person is not the one. Whatever thing I think I'm feeling now, just kill it. Literally, that was my. Like, I don't have time to waste time. That's me.
That's strong.
That's me. I like to just do things and move on. So I kid you not. We're meant to see 2 days after. I think I just finished my exam. Let's see. After when I see him, you know all this rubbish school thing. Oh, you feeling the disgust. I'm not joking, I was so I've never seen my prayer like come to pass like that. Somebody that I was looking at, I was like, oh wow. I just first of all I was like, what? Like everything that was he did, everything that was in me just back, and I was sitting there without telling me, you know, I was just looking like literally. So that prayer just. And that's one very good example I've seen that happen in my life. That one just, and that I just was not interested. He was like, where it's coming from, you'll soon find out, but just leave me alone. I'm not interested. Literally.
Oh my days. I think this is where I'm going to share my other experience with you. I think I've shared it with you before, but let's give the people the tea. I was walking into my hostel. I can't remember where I was coming from, but I was walking into my hostel, and then I heard somebody walking up behind me very, very fast. Like I was very close to the hostel. I was like, excuse me, hi. So I stopped and I turned like,
okay.
And I saw this guy, and he was like, oh, you know, I couldn't help but notice you, blah, blah, blah. I was not really in the mood that evening, you know, so I was just like, yeah, nice to meet you, I want to go to my room. He was like, no, give me a chance, I'm not trying to ask you, I just want us to be friends. I'm like, oh, and you know that silly little voice that keeps telling me, you don't know who your husband will be. Just calm down and don't be so rigid. So I said, okay, I gave him my number, whatever. I went into the room. The next day, I think the next day was a Saturday, he called me that, hey, yeah, these guys are going out, do I want to come? I said, come to me.
Oh, you told me the story.
So now for me, like, I had a way I wanted to be courted, right? And I think the first thing to do when you want to begin dating intelligently is to define how you want to be courted. For me, I wanted a man that was serious about me. I wanted somebody that went the extra mile to show me that
he's serious about you.
He's serious about me. But I felt that the only way somebody could demonstrate seriousness to me was through his actions. Okay. So first off, we've not hung out together. You've not gotten to know me, and you're inviting me to hang out with you and your friends. I just felt like that had already shown me, that had already communicated to me how he sees me. He sees me as somebody that he just wants to just have a good time with.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey guys, I met this girl yesterday, you know, blah, blah. So to me, that was already a strike. If you were really serious, you would have said, let us hang out on like a proper date. You would have come to pick me up, or, you know, arranged for me to come and meet you, you have conversations, you get to know me, and I also just be able to I just felt that there should just be some level of seriousness.
So when you guys met like night and literally in the morning?
Yes, in the morning he was like, oh, we have a hangout.
You
should come, and I was like, no, you know, and then he didn't speak to me again for like a year. After
I know most of them are like that too.
He didn't speak to me for like a year. So at this point now I'm in year 3. And I think one day I was just walking to my hostel again. Like, this is that random guy I met one night like a year ago. He was, you know, out of the country. He was like, oh, he just, you know, came back recently that we should hang out. Where do I want to hang out? I was like, okay, now he's seeming a bit serious, you know, saying, oh, where would you like to hang out? So I was about to be like mention like a restaurant that we should go to, and he was like, let's go to ICL.
Wait, are you sure? I don't think you told me this one.
No shade to IC.
Yeah.
If that's like your like hangout spot, like that's fine and that's cool. I just felt like if this was supposed to be a date, why are we going to ICM? I don't understand.
Maybe he wanted you guys.
So I feel like if we are like besties,
exactly, like that's chill.
Or like like me and you are even dating. You can even say, oh, let's just go and watch a movie, or let us go, grocery shopping. But like on a first date, ICM, I was like, yeah, sure. It's where you are comfortable. I would like to see you in
your comfort
element. Now another thing, I'm very punctual. I always come everywhere early. If I ever come anywhere late, it was not my fault. So I was early to these dates, came early and I was waiting. This guy was not
wait, what time was the date for? Like,
I think he said 4 p.m.
And you were there by like what time?
I was there by like 4. I just made sure that I was there on time. Yes.
Okay.
So I was waiting. I took the lift up, took the lift down, took it up again, took the lift down. I was waiting 4:30. I said, I went into the cinema because I felt like, okay, if he's saying I said he wants us to watch a movie. Waiting, and around like 5 p.m. this guy now strolls in. Like,
you said 5 p.m.
Yeah, so he first of all called me like, oh, I'm here, where are you? I said, I'm in the cinema. He was like, why? Stop. So finally he comes up and he's laughing and I'm like, oh, the movie that I wanted to see started like 15 minutes ago, but I guess we can just buy tickets and go and see that. And I was like, we're not going to watch any movie. And he was laughing. I was like, why are we not going to watch a movie? He now said, leave movie, let's go downstairs. I was like, okay, maybe he wants to talk. He took me to Mr. Biggs.
I think, you're not like indulging.
No. So maybe, what I said is that I play a long game. I like to watch and see it unfold. Please, guys, don't take this as pride. It's just standards. I just had something standards. As we're sitting down talking, I'm asking him questions like, okay, so how many children, did your mom have? What kind of family do you come from?
Just
in a conversational manner. I'm asking questions to get to know him. We're sitting on the table. As we're talking, 2 girls come and they sit down on our table like
what is this? As in real Hollywood vibe.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to disturb you. I hear you guys are going for a party. I don't know if I can join you people.
And then he starts like, he says, isn't it, this is something. He introduces one of the girls. I didn't say anything. At this point now, I'm irritated. I'm just like, first of all, we laugh a lot when nothing is funny. Like, this guy would laugh so loudly. I would see the bell at the back of his throat ringing. Like, nothing is that funny. You brought me to ICM for our first dates. First of all, you took me to Mr. Biggs and we are eating meat pie and drinking Sprite, which I don't mind. Again, I don't mind. I was still willing to give you a shot. Now you show up with these 2 girls. I keep quiet. It's awkward for like 5 minutes. Basically, summary of what I gathered from everything he was saying was that he saw this girl, he picked her up, he started sleeping with her, he lost interest in her, and so he stopped talking to her. And now this girl is on my table. I told him I want to go home. He was like, okay, he would drop me home. I thought like, okay, this is not bad. At least one point. We came outside, I entered the car, he asked me where I'm going, we were driving home. It was not looking good.
Wait, he came with his car?
Yes.
There were no Ubers like that time?
No, they were.
Okay.
So he said he would drop me, which I felt was really good. So we're going home and everything. As we're going home, somebody calls him. He was talking on the phone with the person, blah, blah, blah. Last man sees him and he's like, hey, stop. Like, obviously, I'm like, what's in the drama? Is this guy?
I don't want to go home.
Like, so now I'm turning into my streets. The red flags are too much. I tell him to drop me at the beginning of the street. I can't allow him to go to my house. I just drop me here so that he's never able to come and look for me. Do you understand? Because the way I was that when the date goes bad like that, or when I see something like that, I just block you. I said, okay, please drop me here. Like, he was like, is this your house? I said, yes.
I'm in this exact situation. I think person dropped me. I said, yes. I said, but I'm like,
as he dropped me, he leaned in, and I'm just like,
he leaned in.
So maybe.
Stop.
Wait. He leaned. Wait. He leaned. I was like, hey, wait. Thank you very much. I just opened it and I got it. I'm like, as I was walking down the road, I was just blocking the contact. I'm like, how do you not even ask me what my boundaries are? Time for a kiss. I blocked him. I actually did block him. Like, that was when I was just like,
Nah, I had enough.
Yeah, so like that was like one bad dating experience. And so what I always did when I met these guys is that I would say, let's go out on a date, or I'll wait for you to ask me out on a date. And then on that date, I just you know, observe
let you
everything.
do you.
Yeah, I just watch you. I don't say anything. I just watch you. I watch how you act to the person that parks the car for you. And that was something that I saw about Ismeme. Ismeme is respectful to everybody. It doesn't matter if it's a security man, if it's a waiter, if it's there's people that feel like because they have money, they can talk to people anyhow. That's a red flag to me. Cross it out.
I'm also happy having this conversation because now I actually have a lot of things to say. There's some people that I've noticed they can't just be alone. They don't just, I don't know, maybe similar, or it may just be that we grew up together, so we have very similar behavior and behavior. I've spoken to people that are quite different from myself, and I'm quite comfortable being alone. Even though it can be quite worrisome, but like, but some people don't know how to be alone. They always have to have someone around them. So I feel like that pushes certain people to even enter. They know well that that is not the right thing, but they just enter into that. I also have a question to ask in terms of like situationship, because something that is becoming very common now. So what do you think about that? Like,
what do you define as a situationship?
I call it situationship. Basically, how I know it now is that you are not dating, but you get every privilege that comes with a relationship, and the privilege is that you guys are having sex.
Okay.
That's literally what dating is now.
I think that's what dating has always been. That's why Christians don't like using the word dating and why they say courting.
Really?
Yeah, because there's no dating without sex. I
don't understand why. But Christians date.
They call it courtship. That's why they started calling it courtship.
That sounds weird.
Exactly, because when you say dating, it means sex.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yes, so that's the reason why there's dating and there's courting. Because
courting leads to marriage.
Yes, while dating is let's just see where it goes, and let's use sex to see where it's going to.
Okay.
Let's use sex and money to see where it's going to get. To the person that doesn't know how to be alone, I would say, love yourself enough to find out why. Love yourself enough to sit down and say, I've noticed that I have this problem where I feel that I need to be with somebody. When did it start? Why does it happen?
Yes, actually.
I believe that when you can get to the root of any problem, you can begin to deal with it. If it is that, I just want to feel loved, then you know that there is a deeper issue that no human being is even going to fix. Why people think so much about marriage and they're like, marriage is because they have sort of idolized it. Marriage is a good thing, but it won't fix you. It won't solve all of your problems. It won't make you into a brand new person, because there's this whole idea that when I meet somebody that loves me, I'll always be happy.
Actually,
it's not true.
I've heard people say that.
It's not true. So if you don't deal with your issues, you are going to bring that baggage to whoever it is that you're with.
That is not even aware.
Yeah, so I just feel love yourself enough to sit down and say, why do I struggle with being by myself? Why can't I be alone? Because even when you marry, you're supposed to be independently dependent, which means you are one, but you must have separate identities and separate. Imagine if Ismeme and I didn't have it. As I'm recording this video now, Ismeme is just in the background, sitting down there,
waiting for you to do something.
It's not that
that's why you should
If you say that he wants to go and play ball, I'll say without me.
Actually, and I think that's the thing. It's actually a painful and a difficult process to go through. So a lot of people just ignore it.
But it's necessary.
No, what you're saying is actually very, very true. I've just noticed that thing, that because like people like shortcuts to things, like things that are easy, fast. So this process of actually getting to know yourself, like sitting down, just being alone, while people are outside in the noise, you're just quiet, just sitting down, thinking, asking yourself questions. It's a difficult process and it's not very sweet, but so everybody does not want to do it.
But that's the process that is necessary for growth as an individual.
Yes. You know what people now say? I will know by trying. I will do like 50 relationships.
That's exhausting.
You by the time you are out of that, you'll not even be the same person.
Exactly.
So you will not know.
So exhausting. Like, I know that people do it, but it's just like when you are done, you are just going to be like a piece of paper that has been crumpled. Like, how many people want to break your heart before you know what it is that you're
That
looking
you
for.
actually.
So yeah, guys, I think we're just going to stop here so that this video is not too long.
Yeah, this was a nice one.
Yeah, this was a nice chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you had similar experiences or things that you think that you want to share with us, let us know in the comment section below. And we will see you in the next video.